Sounds funny with this to say something about this type of song, but there were a lot of subtleties.
There was subtleties, but there was nothing subtle about the drums. And the drums, I wrote down with the big drums, exclamation points. Yes, my handwriting was terrible. But drums, he was just, yeah, when the sound was crashing in and he's like screaming and he's going, "What a surprise! Oh God!" The drum, the drumming, and he's just so good.
You're watching Into the Music. My name is Chris. I'm here with Greg, and we're doing a special request today. Somebody had requested this on our Ko-fi site, and so the name of the song is Dai the Flu. It's Dai the Flu, and it's by a band called the Deftones.
Right.
Have you heard of them?
I have heard of them, yes. My son Sean loves the band.
Okay, because the name of the band sounded familiar to me, but it's just one of those names that you think you might have heard. Like
I don't know.
Deftones, an old band.
I might have heard their music as far as like screaming. Okay. It's very loud music.
Oh, okay.
But I couldn't tell. I don't know their music. I don't.
Right. Well, I haven't listened to it yet either, so I'm going to listen to it while you listen to it.
I'm intrigued, man.
Although you folks out there are going to watch Greg react to it. Now, this was requested by someone named Mikey Cole. So, Mikey, thank you for this. And if anybody else wants to have a guaranteed reaction and review for a song, just go to the link below the title on our page, on our YouTube page. It'll direct you right to that and give you some little instructions on what to do. Okay. So give it a listen.
Yeah.
You let me know.
This is like a new genre for us, right? We did a little bit of zombies. I don't know if can we call white zombies like heavy metal? I guess we can. But yeah.
I
guess we can. Yeah, but
yeah, I think so.
Been kind of it. So thanks, Mikey. You're pushing us into the heavy metal water. So let's see how I do. I'll come back.
Okay.
back. That was pretty cool. How the guitar was. I think it was the guitar just coming, like just coming, like kind of sketchy in and out, in and out. That was pretty cool. I mean, this is what I would expect from a heavy metal rock band, which I think the Deftones fit that description. Just heavy, saturated rock sound, guitars, bass line. Bass line's really cool. There's something going on there. I can't articulate what it is. It's like a conveyor belt type of bass line. It's like kind of like just watching the conveyor belt, like just it's kind of ticking along. It's ticking. It's making that sound. It's kind of cool the way he's kind of just. I just envision a bass line of like a sort of like just like a chain or something, and just I'm watching the chain just kind of going along. That was my best shot at articulating it, but it's a good thing because it's cool. It's interesting. All right, so let's see if I can ride this out. That's cool. I love that. Did I stop it in time? Yay. I usually never stop in time and the commercials show up. So, all right. So that was my first Deftones song.
All right, I'm back from listening to Die the Flu by the Deftones.
Not Die of the Flu.
I have, let's not die of the flu. No.
Not that that's the big worry these days.
Right. So that said, it is my first real listen to Deftones, not just walking by my son's room telling him that, shut that off.
Stuff down.
You called out music. No.
It's my first listen to it also. So I just listened to it for the first time.
All right. Well, it's my reaction. So let me tell everyone.
All right. If you want to be possessive like that.
I do.
Territorial.
Let me have this. Yeah. No, this was, all right. So Mikey, you may have picked up that we don't really have a lot of heavy metal stuff on this channel. Something that I know personally, I don't gravitate towards it, especially.
I don't either. Some of it I do. It depends on the
some
song.
of it,
but as an overall genre, usually not.
And musically, heavy metal can get me in. They draw me in, and then it depends. A lot of times the vocal style, this, that, maybe it's just, I don't know, kind of turn around. So this time, of course, I was totally in it from beginning to end. Mm-hmm. And I got to tell you,
good.
I got to tell you. Now, here's the thing. I think that there's other louder, crazier stuff from this band. This one probably is not.
I did read something that said they toned it down a little bit.
I think that this was
forward.
Yeah.
Now, wait. I want to say something before you go into it. even though you were taking ownership of this. One of the things about the genre of heavy metal is we don't gravitate towards it in general. However, metal, like any other genre, has split up into subgenres. And so it really depends on what little subgenre we're talking about here.
You're right.
Because you can hear, we love old Black Sabbath stuff.
Love it.
And that's considered metal. But
Yeah.
to compare that with Megadeth or something, and it's different. So, you know, so we're trying to keep open-minded to it. Like the genre for this is, according to Wikipedia, the genres that this band covers is alternative metal, art rock, experimental rock, and new metal. So early new metal, or saying that was their earlier stuff.
What year did this come out?
This came out. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
This came out in
I'm going to say late
97. It's from a band. It's from an album called Around the Fur.
Okay, so at the same time, you were saying I was saying late 90s because I want to see if I was right. Yes, because it had the way the guitars were crashing in. It actually reminded me a little bit of the Stone Temple Pilots, where they would have that really heavy sound on some of their songs. And so, especially in the beginning when the guitars came crashing in, it actually reminded me of the Stone Temple Pilots a little bit in that sound. Someone else from the 90s that I was reminded of when I was listening to the song, especially the vocals, was Billy Corrigan from Smashing Pumpkins.
I heard something that sounded like that too. Yeah, the vocals. But not too much, it's still their own thing.
A little bit. Well, when before he started screaming, really ramping it up with the vocals, when he was kind of doing that very stylistic kind of, he definitely sounded like Corrigan, it sounded like, not exactly, just there was a little bit. Right. So, and even musically, there was something that reminded me about that band overall too, because they could definitely get heavy with their sound, Smashing Pumpkins. So, and again,
this definitely had its own thing going on. And one of the things I liked about this song, because when I first started listening to it, I was like, I don't know if I'm really, into this overall sound. But they had a lot of peaks and valleys. They did a lot of changes with how the vocals were recorded.
Yeah.
What's another thing that's interesting to me is I read that. Let me find it here. Where did it go? Oh, it disappeared. But the one of the writers of the song, I forgot his name because I don't have it up right now, but he said that on the verses for this song, he didn't really play anything. He just let the signal keep going towards his amp from his guitar.
Okay.
His guitar player, yeah. And so it was picking something up. Sometimes maybe he strummed something and just let it go. I don't know. Sometimes it'll pick up other sounds around it, and a string will actually vibrate. You ever have that happen? You ever have your guitar all of a sudden, like the guitar? You got a guitar in the corner there, right?
Yeah.
In that room. If you play music in that room, sometimes at some point one of your strings on your guitar is going to sound out and sound like a ghost playing that note.
That's interesting.
Because it's a sympathetic note, and he picks up on a vibration from something else and then responds. Wow. But anyway, that's what he did with this, and I'd have to listen to it again for that. But they were definitely getting some new, very varied sounds from the guitar playing. Drumming was great. Bass playing. There's parts where it slowed down and quieted down.
Yeah.
Picked up again. So it had a lot of variation especially for a relatively short song.
There was a part that I think was in the middle, sort of as you kind of like at the very sort of end of the middle, going towards the end, where the guitar was kind of making this kind of in and out type of
shifting kind of thing, right?
Shifting, yeah. I couldn't articulate it. I stopped the video. I think
something like
if
I'm remembering it right.
Yeah, it was kind of. I can't articulate it, but it was really cool. I liked it. I think I actually brought it back.
There was also some some chord progression change about 2/3 of the way in. I can't really describe it any further than that. So there really was a lot of. It sounds funny with this to say something about this type of song, but there were a lot of subtleties.
There was subtleties, but there was nothing subtle about the drums. And the drums I wrote down with the big drums, exclamation points. Yes, my handwriting was terrible. But drums, he was just, yeah, you know, when the sound was crashing in and he's like screaming and he's going, "What a surprise! Oh God!" You know, the drum, the drumming, and he's just so good.
It definitely had a lot of energy to it.
Yeah.
A lot of passion.
Yeah, and it actually really made me enjoy the song. I mean, absolutely. I mean, I guess I'm like enjoy the song. Did I? I actually really did. And I just had to smile because I know that there's gonna be like, all right, we'll feed you more Deftones. You know, we're gonna be like, you know, going down this path of it's gonna be interesting. But I think there's some more like real heavier stuff from this band. But you know what? I'm ready for it. You know, listen, man, you and I busted out of this bubble a while ago on this channel, you know, and we do it every time, you know, stuff that I kind of challenge you with, and then stuff that you challenge me with, and then things that are being dropped here and there, and we're like, okay, and then, oh my God. So things that we didn't think we were gonna like, or maybe we listened to like maybe for 5 seconds or a minute, and then boom, some years ago, and now we're really like, holy shit, you know.
And sometimes even if we're not crazy about a particular song, but we hear if we hear a band for the first time, we hear the one song.
Yeah.
You know, I think we're pretty good at detecting the possibilities of us liking something else.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Even if we're not too crazy about that first song we heard.
Yeah, and even if
it's kind of like saying, "Hey, I don't hear it fully, but I know this band's got something going."
Right.
And then just dive in deeper.
And even if the decision is, it's just not my cup of tea, but we usually find something, you know, a couple of things that were like we found really like I like, you know, and but I got to tell you, this song was more than that. So I'm saying right now that I like this song. You know, this was something that I'd definitely listen to this again. And I can't wait to tell my son that I like the song Dai the Flu. I think he's going to be surprised. Well, actually, to be honest, I did say, you know, Dai the Flu, it's requested. And he's like, oh, you're going to really, you know, he kind of clued me in that it wasn't as heavy as some of the other stuff. So he already kind of clued me in. That's all he said about it. But he wasn't sure I was going to like it. So I can't wait to actually, knock his socks off and tell him that I liked it.
Dai the Flu, the word Dai, that's actually the name. It's a middle name of one of the members. I think he was a past member. One of the, I think he was, he was. His name is Chi Ling Dai Cheng, and so they took the Dai out of that for this. And he was the bass player, and he's also a poet. Unfortunately, he died in 2008 in a car accident. But you know, here's the thing though. He has longevity in the sense that he's got his stuff recorded. If the human race is still around, centuries from now, they can listen to him. So that's pretty cool.
That is really cool. And did you try to pick up on like what the song's about?
Not at all.
Yeah.
That's my default. Okay.
Well, again, that's a first listen, right? So if we were to go back and listen to it again, then we start diving into the lyrics and really what is it? Yeah.
Actually, I did look into the lyrics after I listened to it, and I'm still not sure. They were kind of vague to me.
Yeah.
Did you look at the lyrics while you were?
No, but I just wrote down, like I kind of was surprised. Oh God, you know, you keep repeating that. Something about 15 stitches. I didn't. I don't know. That's kind of what I wrote down. And the bass line and the bass. Did you pick up on anything crazy about the bass line? There was it was almost like, so I made this comparison, whatever, to like a conveyor belt. It's like an image. When I stopped the video and I was like, it's like I was picturing like a conveyor belt, like it's just like the way, like, you know, just like there was this kind of mechanical kind of sound into like the bass line that was happening. You know, it was just really interesting. You know,
and she. I gotta get.
That's him playing bass.
Yes, he's playing bass on this.
Wow.
If I have my information right.
That's wow. So he was doing something really
could be
funky,
wrong, but
you know, and probably, you know, people are like, what? I don't get the conveyor belt, but then that's fine. But
they've never watched you before, because you love your visual metaphors.
I do.
Well, in this case, it's the sound metaphor, but
I do. I just. No,
that's okay. I'm all for metaphors.
I fly by the seat of my pants with some of them. You know, I don't care. But it's because I picked up on something, and I'm like, you know, I'm just gonna get my best shot.
So, well, how would you describe these things otherwise, except for using metaphors? Really?
Yeah, right.
Unless you want to get really technical and say he's playing at this interval and he's doing it in this technique.
Well, sometimes
nobody wants to hear that.
Well, sometimes you do that. That's what I'm finding out.
Sometimes what?
No, sometimes you do that.
I do that. Yes, right. but I think
everybody wants to hear it. Nobody leaves the room.
I think it resonates. I think it resonates more with people when they do get some kind of visual features.
No, we love when you put context to my crazy analogies or metaphors or whatever. So that's what makes the Into the Music world go round and round, right? That's what makes us, you know, keep ticking and all that stuff. Anyway, so with that said, I'll shut up and say good night. You want to take us out? You want me to take us out?
How can you shut up and say good night?
I know, yeah. All right. I'll say good night. You want to take us out?
Sure. Hey, thanks for watching Into the Music. Remember, you can always get a request guaranteed. If you go to our Ko-fi site, which is you can find the link to under the title for this video. And thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time on Into the Music.
This is a good one, Mikey. Thanks. See ya.